Hello and welcome to Online Finite Math 135. So the purpose of this video is to go through how this course works, explain the website, and talk about some features of the course. So when you log into Canvas and click on your course, this is the home screen. From here you'll see recent announcements on the top. You'll also see a link to the syllabus and also a link to all 8 modules. The way this course works is fairly straightforward. There are 8 modules, there are 8 weeks. Each module is due at midnight on Sunday of that week. So this first module is due, this Sunday coming up, and then every other one after that. So after the home tab, you have the announcements. This will basically just show you all the announcements. From there, we go to the syllabus, and here's where you can see a couple different things. You can see how much each thing is weighted. Midterm and final obviously have the highest weight, but you can see what everything else is broken down as. You can also see instructor information, which has a very important thing here, the email. This is the best way to communicate with me, and make sure if you have questions, you email me at this address. You can call the phone number, but that goes to my office, so unless it's during office hours, I'm really not going to be in my office. So if you want to call me between 10 and 11:30, I'll be here. Otherwise, I'm off teaching or, not in the building. So email, best way to contact. We have supervisor information, some technical support. Right here, this bots. This is the best email if you're having any technology issues. The main reason you would have an issue is if you're having trouble with the MyLab and mastering. They can help you out. So make sure you contact them immediately if you have any technology issues. We have disability support, the different texts and materials. You will not actually need a textbook for this class. What you'll do is you'll order the MyLab and Mastering, and that will get you access to the book online and all the PowerPoints and everything. We'll talk about that later here. But these codes here are bookstore codes. These aren't actually anything you would use to buy the book. I'll show you how to buy the book here later. You will need a graphing calculator, though. That is one thing you'll definitely need for this course. All right, here's all the objectives listed and different things. Due dates, this just says everything's due on Sundays at midnight, technically 1 minute before. Also, it's Eastern Standard Time, so if you're not in Eastern Standard Time, you need to adjust yourself accordingly for that. If you're in a different time zone, you can actually update your time zone clicking on that. So if you want it, like if you're in Chicago, it would make everything due at 10:59, and it would update your clocks and all that. But just be aware that it's Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's see. Proctored exams. This is important. You will take 2 exams, the midterm and the final, and they both will be proctored. There are 2 options for that. You can go to ProctorU, which is an online testing service, which you do from your computer at home. That is not recommended. That's really only if you can't make it to Ivy Tech. I think there's 13, 14, 15, lots of Ivy Tech campuses across the state, maybe 17. So if you can go to any of those Ivy Tech campuses, not just Bloomington, they'll be able to have you take the exam there, and they'll proctor it in their testing centers. That's the best way to do it. That's what I recommend doing. That way, there's no trouble with technology. You'll be in their testing centers. They have really good internet connections. If something goes wrong, they'll be there immediately to help you. If you use ProctorU, then you're relying on your internet connection. You cannot use a Wi-Fi. You can't use a hotspot. You got to be at your home. So you want to make sure that if you're using ProctorU, you have all the technology good to go. Because if something breaks down, we can't really do a whole lot for you if you're using ProctorU. If you're taking it at Ivy Tech, they'll help you and sort that out. All right, ProctorU also has a cost which you're responsible for paying for. So really only use ProctorU as a last resort. All right, so we keep going through here. There's just some more stuff about how things are graded, what discussion boards are, different quizzes, practice tests. Then at the end of all this, what you have is kind of the summary. And so you'll notice here that there's a whole bunch of stuff due this first Sunday, a bunch the next Sunday. Everything is on Sunday. The only thing you'll see different here is this thing called a midterm week. And that is you have an entire week to do your midterm. So you have to take it during the 4th week of the course, which is July 1st to July 7th. Now, obviously, this falls right on 4th of July. So you have to be cognizant of that. You're not going to be able to come into the testing center on the 4th of July. So you're going to want to either schedule that around when they're open. So this one might want to be done, maybe earlier in the week. Also, you can schedule whenever you would like. So if you want to go ahead and schedule today to get this midterm in, you can do that. All right, so if we kind of go down a little bit further, you can see that we have week 5, week 6, week 7, and then week 8. That's the final week. So you can do that anytime between the 29th and the 4th, or the 3rd. And then on the 4th is the final due date for all that stuff there. All right, so that's the syllabus. You'll notice there's a lot of good stuff in there. And then the modules tab, this will take you to just kind of an overview of all 8 modules. So when you get to here, and also if you don't want to go through the modules tab, you can get to those as well just by clicking on these links here. That takes you to the same spot. So if you look at each module, it's kind of broken down into different things. The first is going to be your overview. So let's look at module 2, for example. You click on that. It tells you what all the objectives are, what you'll be doing, what you need to complete. Okay, let's go to the next tab. Then what it does is it gives you the reading assignments. So they have this all kind of broken down into different PowerPoints you can go through and look at. And then there's also additional videos if you need help on a certain topic. So if you go through the first PowerPoint and you're having trouble with solving a system of using Gauss-Jordan, you can watch that video there as well. And this is actually broken into multiple parts. All right, so based on, they have it broken down by section as well, so you can kind of go through that. Whatever you're not understanding, you can see more video on that. There's also additional kind of videos that help you with calculator options. So here's a nice one that shows you how to put in different matrix operations. So if you're having trouble with your calculator, these are good options for that. All right, so then after that, these are all the assignments. So once you have your MyLab and Mastering set up, if you want to do the Module 2A homework, click on that. And this will take you into My Math Lab, which here it is. You can go through and do these questions. All right, so let's go back. So that's modules. You can click on these to go to them and then get to your MyLab Mastering. Then there's discussions. There's about 5 or 6 discussions. There are 6. And then note when those are due. First 2 are actually due. If it says M1, that's Module 1. M3, they're due during Module 3. So you'll click on those, go in there, submit your responses. Notice how some of them say to reply to 2 of your fellow classmates. So if you see those, make sure you do that. All right. Other than that, the last thing to really talk about is the MyLab and Mastering. All right. Now, it's very important when you go to register for this that this is the first thing you click on. So go ahead and click on this tab. And you don't want to go straight to the Pearson website. So make sure that you go click on this tab. And what this will do is it'll take you to this screen here. Notice how mine is already open. Yours will say something about, go ahead and give you an option to purchase the book or to use a free trial. Now, I'm going to caution you on the free trial. If you try to do the free trial and you don't actually go back and buy it, what will happen is eventually it'll time out and your trial is going to expire. And when that happens, it gets really messy and it becomes really hard to buy the book, and you have to call customer support, and it's a real big mess. So if you use the free trial, please don't let it expire. because it's going to cause you a lot of headaches. You're going to email me asking what to do, and I'm going to respond saying, well, you have to call customer support now, and it's going to be a mess. So the free trial is fine, but just make sure that you don't let it expire. You will have to buy it eventually. Alright, so that's basically the main thing here. So when you start this course, this is the first thing I would do. Click on My Live and Mastering, buy the software that you need, and go from there. Another piece of advice that I will give you is you want to try to use Chrome, the browser Chrome. If you use Internet Explorer or Firefox, sometimes they don't work as well. Also, if you're having trouble with things loading, switch your browser. For some reason, that seems to fix things a lot. But start with Chrome, see if that works. If it's not working, try a different browser. But Chrome is typically the best option for that. Alright, so that was just kind of a general overview of the website. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email me. I'll be sending kind of weekly updates on the announcements, letting you know kind of where we're at and what things are due. But just keep on track with everything. One last thing I did forget to mention is the calendar. This is another spot where you can see all the due dates and everything. And hopefully most of your classes use this. But our calendar is fairly straightforward. If you look in June, this Sunday, all the Module 1 stuff is due. The next Sunday, all the Module 2 is due. And the next Sunday, all the Module 3. Here's the different options for your midterm. You know, the first all the way through, if we go one more spot over, through the 7th. All right, so definitely take advantage of the calendar, look and see when things are due. This course is set up pretty nicely because it's just one module a week. All right, so thank you for watching this video and good luck in the course.